Good afternoon, or is it morning? Good morning. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It is Bank Holiday Monday. It is absolutely beautiful, and I'm sat out in the garden. So I thought I would hang out with you. I hope you're well. If this is your first time joining me, welcome to the channel. My name is Angela, and yeah, thanks for coming and spending a little bit of time out with me today. I was nearly attacked by a wasp. So, how are you? I hope you're well. It's a beautiful day. I'm sat out in the garden and I am having a late breakfast. I have got I've got Ali, good morning. Good morning. It's great to have you with me today, my lovely. So I'm having a late breakfast. I've got a cup of tea. This is my Poundland mug for £2. Look how lovely that is. I have shown this before, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's textured, and it reminds me of Keela Orley or Orla Keeley, that design. Yeah, it's beautiful. So I'm having my tea out of this, and I've also got my late breakfast, which is some fruits. So this is chopped apple with some grapes and my Kavarg yogurt. So just having a little munch. So I hope you're well, and I hope whatever you're doing this bank holiday, you have got a lovely day planned. So I've been out and I've done a bit of a shop this morning, and I got back and I thought, I know, because I've planned to just relax in the garden today because it's the bank holiday. So gone out, done a bit of a shop. So I thought I would show you what I've got, and then we can hang in the garden together. And yesterday I did a massive clean because after the winter, you need to pressure wash the garden and get everything clean, get it all organised, get the pots weeded. So we did all of that yesterday, and I'll show you. I'll show you what I've done as well. So I hope you can hear me. Do let me know if you can't hear me so well, because normally I'm inside, and the acoustics are very different, but obviously I'm outside today. So yeah, just let me know if you can hear me okay. Just a thumbs up would be great. And I'm sat here. I was contemplating putting the umbrella up, but I think I'll leave that job to my son, because it's one of those cranked up ones, and it's been closed and in the shed, and sometimes you get like all the bugs crawl up there. So I thought I'll probably just leave it to myself, and it's quite heavy as well. Oh, it's fine. You can hear me fine. Thank you so much, Sarah. And good morning, Sarah. Hello, my lovely. Great to have you with me today. So yeah, so I was going to sit in put the umbrella up, but it's really big and it's quite cumbersome, so I need some help with that. So and thank you, Sarah. So I thought I'd put my sunglasses on, and these are one of my sunglasses that I got in Primark as well. And I'll just show you. Oh, it is bright without. Oh, goodness me, it is bright without these. These are just complete black. They've got the silver arm. I've got to put it back on because it's so bright without it. Oh, that's so much better. There we go, just pure black. I did get these in the pink. They had these in a gorgeous pink. So yeah, I'll be wearing them over the summer. So yeah, so I'm going to show you what I got in my haul today. Let me just have a sip of tea. So I went to Aldi's and I picked up these fries. I do like these crispy fries, and I picked them up because I'm back at work tomorrow, and I do sometimes like to have some, you know, some crisps or something to munch on. So I thought I'd pick up a bag of these. I also, oh, I should put my bag up here, shouldn't I? There we go. Then I picked up a bag of salad. This is the bistro salad because I've got, this is going to be part of my lunch today, because what I also got was some lean mince. This is 5% lean mince, and I also got some mozzarella, because what I'm going to make today is some melt in the middle burgers. Yeah, so I'm going to make them a little bit later this afternoon, and I thought what I would do, seeing as I'm hanging out with you guys today on the bank holiday, is a little bit later I'll get in the kitchen and you can join me on that live as I make these melt in the middle burgers. Yeah, and then I do like a brioche bun for my burgers, so I picked these up as well. So that's going to be my lunch: a melt in the middle burger with a nice salad and maybe a bag of crisps on the side. Yeah, yummy indeed. Yeah. I also picked up some bacon because sometimes I do fancy a bacon sandwich. So sometimes when I'm, you know, like at the weekend, I know it's the weekend's just gone, but I just fancied this, so I thought I'll pick this up. And because I've got my brioche buns as well, I can have me I can have that with a brioche bun. What else have I got? I picked this up. This is some peckish. Not for me though, not for me. I bought it for the birds because I've bought two. In fact, I should show you that it's inside. I bought the other day some like food holders for birds. I've got two already. One needs a really good clean and the other one needs to be chucked because, you know, it's, I think the birds have pecked it. So because I need to set up the two new bird feeders, I picked these up, and these are nuggets. These are nuggets. It says peckish extra goodness nuggets, and it's got vitamin E enriched. And I always like to pick up the something for the birds because, you know, I feed the cats, I feed the fish, I feed myself. And I do like to feed the birds, but I've got to be careful because this year I've now got 3 cats. Previously I had the one cat, Bobby, and Bobby's quite old. She's been with me 18 years and she just wants to eat and sleep, so she doesn't really come out. But in January I had a new cat, Benji, and then in the February, March, I had Betsy. So this is going to be my first summer with them. And they are very, especially Benji, he's very energetic. So I'm just going to have to think really strategically where I put the bird feeder, because obviously I don't want the birds to come down and eat and Benji ends up eating the birds. I don't want that. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to think about where I put that. But yeah, I picked these little nuggets up for the birds, and these were in Aldi, and I think they were $3.99. Yeah, normally I end up buying the fat balls, but I thought I'd try this as well. And normally I buy like Aldi's own brand, but this is like Peckish brand. Okay, I also picked up some deodorant. Always like to stock up on, you know, my essentials like that. And the reason I went to Aldi today is because yesterday they had in their special buys, and I got my Super Boost. So these Super Boosts, I absolutely love them. Absolutely love them. They're a serum. So let me just share with you. They come in 3 different flavours, if you like. This one is a vitamin C serum. And then this one has got hyaluronic acid, all good for aging skin. And this one is collagen and gold. So whenever they have these in Aldi's, I like to pick them up because these are not stock items. These are like your special buys, and when they're gone, and it can take months before they come back in stock. So I ended up buying all 3. In the past, I've used these 2 fragrance flavours. I've never used this one because they've never had this in stock. It sells out. So I managed to get all 3 today, but I ended up getting another set. So I ended up getting 6 altogether because you know me, I'm a bit of a hoarder. Yeah, hoarder when it comes to sorry, beauty products and things like that. So I'll just show you, take you around. So it comes in this like dropper bottle, okay, and it is a serum. So it's like this clear liquid. Let's just go a bit up. Let's get that. There we go. Oh, why is it not dropping out? Okay, let me put it on the back of my hand. So now that is really weird. Why is it not coming out? It's not even pulling it up. Oh, there we go. There we go. It comes out as like this clear serum. There you go. And it's a little bit tacky. I should be working on the shopping channels, shouldn't I? So it's a little bit tacky and it's clear, and then it just soaks into the skin really beautifully. So, oh, actually, that smells really nice. You know, that smells lovely, just fresh and clean. Yeah, I know that some people don't like products with fragrance. They prefer fragrance free. If you like fragrance free, this isn't going to be for you. But this smells lovely. So what I tend to do with this, so I've got a bit of a beauty routine going on, and I keep saying I'm going to show you my beauty routine, but I swear you do not want to see me without any makeup. Trust me, nobody deserves that. So that's what's making me stall doing it. So what I do is so I take my makeup off with the cleansing balm that I bought from Aldi a couple of weeks ago. I did show you in a haul, but you may have to go back and look at my last Aldi shopping haul. Again, it was a special buy. It's an Elemis dupe. I've got my headphones in. Let me take that out. That's better. It's an Elemis dupe, and it's lovely. So it's a balm. So just put a little bit, rub it together, spread it on my face, and then it wipes off, or you could wash it off, and it just literally melts the makeup. Literally melts it, and my makeup comes off. It's so easy. Okay, so I use the cleansing balm, and then I use the Lacura cleansing polish, which is $2.99 in Aldi, and that is a dupe of the Liz Earle cleansing polish, And Liz Earl, in the days when I used to buy Liz Earl, it used to cost me at least £28. £28 for the cleanse and polish. Now £2.99 in Aldi. I know, exactly. So you still get your muslin cloth, the lot. So after I've used my LMS dupe, my cleanse, the balm, I then wash my face, and then I go over with the cleanse and polish, and that just removes any last traces of makeup, and that's it. Rinse off, job done. I don't tend to use, well, I don't use toners, I don't use things like that. I just find that it just stings my skin a little bit. Well, certainly the brands that I've used, it just stings my skin, so I don't tend to use a toner. And then once I've done that, then now that I've got these, my serums, what I would do, once my face is dry, I just put a little bit of this serum, and now this serum's gone slightly tacky, okay, as it sinks in. Still smells lovely, but it's absolutely soaked in. So I put, and you only need like a drop or two, 1 or 2 drops, and I would literally just dab it. It's not something like cream where you sort of smear it all over. It's just a little bit, and I just would dab it all over my face like that, okay? And then that soaks in beautifully. And then on top of that, I've got now my oil, my Lacura rose oil, which I love. And again, just 2 drops of that, dab that all in like that, all over. And don't forget the neck, guys, because as we get older, the neck starts to show signs of aging. So dab it all on the neck, leave that to soak in for a couple of minutes. Then I put my eye cream on, just literally, let me take this off, literally just under here. So I'm following the line of the bone, my bone socket, just follow that, and that goes in. And then once I've left that for about 5 minutes, then I use my Lacura cream. It's, I forget, it's the Q10, a Q10 cream, and it is £1.49 in Aldi. And I have to say, my beauty regime is all Aldi. All Aldi. I don't use any other products other than the Aldi range. It is really affordable. And the one thing I saw in Aldi today that I didn't pick up is they had a moisturizer. It's a special buy. It was £5.99, and it is a dupe of, God, the name's just gone off my head, Clinique. Yeah, it's a dupe of Clinique. Back in the day, I used to use Clinique. I used to use the entire range from Clinique, and that moisturizer, oh, thank you, Sarah, thank you. And that's why it's, I swear by my Aldi products. I really do. I swear by them. Back in the day, I used to use Clinique, and that moisturizer back in the day used to cost me 30 quid. It's probably nearer 35, 36 pounds, if not 40 now, the Clinique moisturizer, and it's £5.99 in Aldi. Yeah, so just putting it out there. I did think about whether I was going to pick it up or not, but nah, I like my Q10 149 Aldi. I've been using that for years and years and years and years and years, and I think it just goes to show that sometimes it's not the most expensive products we buy into the mindset that the more expensive a product is, the better it is, and that's not necessarily true. I think now that we live in this world of globalization, and I think, you know, we've got the internet and all sorts, things have changed, and we can get really good products for a fraction of the price. So those are mine. I'm pretty sure these are a dupe, but I'm not sure what they're a dupe of, but I'm pretty sure they are a dupe of some ridiculously expensive serum. They also got tinted moisturizers in Aldi's as well. They've got a highlighter blusher as well, but it's a liquid one, and I just prefer a powder, you know, a powder one. So if you like a liquid one, then that's great. And they also had a concealer as well. They have a concealer in Aldi's, yeah. So some really good beauty buys. Brilliant. So I'm going to pop these away, and I'm going to rush in very quickly with my mate, because I'm conscious that my mate is exposed. My bacon, the mince and the mozzarella, my bun and my salad. So I'm literally just going to run inside. I'll be back in a moment. Whilst I'm gone, you can peruse. I'll leave you with butter. Yeah, excuse me. There we go. I'm back. So I'm going to show you what else I got in Aldi, and I also went to Asda as well. I'll just have a little sip. So bank holidays are a great time to catch up on all of those jobs, because now that I'm working full time, the only time I would have to work on the garden would be at the weekend. And at the weekend, that's the time I want to spend time with my family and hang out with my friends. And on the one day that I'm not doing something on the weekend, you know it's going to rain. You know it's going to rain. So that's what I thought, you know, I would get it all done. As you can see, I've got my sofa out. Yesterday I pressure washed the patio. I'll take you around in a bit, yeah. But I pressure washed the patio. I organised all my parts. I washed down the back of the sofa, you know, not the fabric bit, but all of this. Pressure washed all that and cleaned it. Got out all my cushions. Had these from last year. These are from Mataland. I do need some more cushions. And I really started getting the place organised. And so I can relax today, which is the plan. So I'll show you what else I got. So I went to, the other day, I went to Asda, and they had petunias in, and petunias are my favourite, my all-time favourite bedding plant. Absolutely love petunias. I love the shape of them. They're like a trumpet. They got that start off narrow, and then they widen out, and then you got that big bulbous flower at the end. It's beautiful. I love petunias. I went to had to nip into Asda, and they had them 3 packs for £5, and in each pack you got eight plants. So I picked up 2 sets. So I picked up 6 because it was 3 packs for £5. So I picked up 6 for a tenner, and I came home, and on not yesterday, not yet. I get lost with the days. Not Saturday. One of my grandsons, my older grandsons, was with me, and he did a brilliant job planting up one of the pots. Because the baby, I keep calling him a baby. He goes, I'm not a baby, but my 3-year-old is really poorly at the moment, and he's back and forth to hospital. He has to go every day. So I had my oldest grandson, and he helped me potting up and everything yesterday. So when I cleaned my pots up yesterday, I thought, do you know what, I need more of those bedding plants. So I went back to Asda today. So I went to Aldi, and then Aldi's had some in, and I thought, no, the ones in Asda are a better deal. So I drove all the way up to Asda, but didn't have any. Just my luck, didn't have any. But what they did have were these cordyline. I already have some cordyline at the moment, and you could just see one here. This is a green cordyline, and I've had that for donkey's years. And at one point it looked dead, and I got my gardener to cut it down, and before I knew it, the next year it started growing back. And that's what I love about the garden. What I love about being in the garden is when you think something has had it, when you think that it's had its day, when you think that something's dead, it isn't necessarily. Sometimes it just needs to have a rest, just needs a break, just needs to hibernate, just needs to gather itself, just needs to renew and find its strength, and then it comes back with vigor. Yeah, I'm getting all philosophical on you. Looks like I'm hiding in the jungle. And that's what happened with that cordyline there. And I had another cordyline that was planted, and again it looked like it was dying, and my gardener pulled it up, and he potted it, and he said, we'll see what happens next year. And it grew, and it grew really big, and then we split it. So now I've got 2 more cordylines just from that one cordyline. And when I looked at it yesterday, it's putting out another cordyline, so I'm going to be able to split it soon. So, and that's what I love about the garden. I've done that with hostas as well. I was watching Monty Don, and excuse me whilst I have another sip. I was watching Monty Don, and Monty Don was showing how to split hostas. I've got some hostas, and I'll show you in a minute when I take you around. And hostas are great big leafy plants, beautiful leaves, but they're low to the ground, and they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. And he was saying that if you've got a hosta, and in fact you can do this with most plants, it's never really any need. If you know what you're doing, there's never any need to buy plants, because if you've got the skill and you have the know-how, you can propagate them. Either take the seed and germinate the seed and let that grow on, or you can take cuttings. My mother was brilliant at taking cuttings and growing plants from cuttings. Or like with the hostas, at a certain time of year you could split the hosta and get multiple plants from them. And I've done that with a couple of my hostas, and I've taken them, I've split them, and now I've got multiple hostas from them. So I just love that. And when I think about my own weight loss and wellness journey, that comes to mind. I always think that there are times when it's not going to go so well. And there's always going to have that day where you just want to retreat. where you just want to pull back, where you want to hibernate, whereby you think, do you know what, I just fancy that burger or that McDonald's, or I want fancy the fish and chips, or whatever it is, I want that bar of chocolate. And there are days that you feel like that, and that's okay, because just like that plant, just like this plant here, when you think it's all over, when you've had that bad day, you've had that bad couple of days, when you've had that bad week, like that plant, that shouldn't be the end of us. Shouldn't be the end. We should be like, do you know what? Okay, I'm just going to retreat a little bit. I'm just going to pull back and do my own thing. I'm not going to shine today. I'm just going to take it easy. But that doesn't mean the journey's over. When we're ready, when that new season comes, that's when we flourish and we blossom. Yeah. And I often think about the garden. Like, when I take you around, I'll show you my lemons. I'm so proud of my lemons. I'm actually growing lemons, proper lemons that you could use and cook with. And I've been growing these lemons for nearly a year. And again, I look at these and I just think, unlike other plants in the garden, and I'm going to just turn this slightly so you can see this plant. This is my camellia. Yeah, it's this beautiful, absolutely gorgeous camellia. Puts out these beautiful rose colour flowers, and that camellia flowers quite early. You wait really from about end of March all through April. We're in May and it's still flowering. And sometimes early in the season, we want instant success. Yeah, we want to see the results now. We want to see going from zero to hero. We want that instant success. And with some plants, you do get that. Yeah, you do plant some plants, and I'll show you some in a moment, where given, in the next month, they will be blooming, and they will bloom all summer long, and then they will die back and hibernate, and that's it. The journey's over for them. Other plants, like my camellia there. I've had that camellia, goodness, for as long as I've been in this house. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I'll show you around. And like that camellia, it's well established and it constantly produces results all the time. Yeah. I'll just move that back, get that stable. It constantly produces results. But like my lemon tree, very slow progress. Very slow. It's taken a year. Well, I bought it in June. And when I bought it, it already had buds on. And it already had tiny little lemons. So I would say it would be taking at least 18 months to get to the stage that this is at. It's slow progress. Slow, very slow. But when the fruit is ready, gorgeous. And sometimes on the journey we have to, I look at my journey in different ways. Gone are the days where I just want that instant success, because a flower will bloom instantly, within a month, and then that's it. It's gone. It's dead. It doesn't come back. Then other plants, like my camellia that I just showed you, very slow, very steady, but it produces year after year after year. and each year the flowers are bigger, more beautiful. It's stronger year after year, but that takes a lot of time for it to get to that stage. It's consistent in its production. I've had this. Let me just show you again. And go. There we go. The first 3 years I had it, it didn't produce. And I remember saying to my gardener, should I move it? And he was like, no, don't move it. He said, but feed it. He said, feed it really well, because me being a novice just thought they needed sunlight and water, didn't realise they needed to be nourished, a bit like ourselves. Yeah, not good enough for us to say we just have a bit of water, a bit of exercise, and any old crappy food. No, we need to be nourished just like the plants. So I started doing that. I started nourishing my plants, and after that, the third year, oh my goodness, absolutely bloomed, absolutely blossomed. So yeah, lots to be learned. And then other plants like my lemon tree takes a long time before you see results, but even though you don't see the results instantly, it is still growing, it is still maturing, it is still working, it is still doing its thing. And every day I look at it and you could see tiny little progress every single day. And before you know it, you're getting more into your garden, Sarah. It's taught you to be more patient. I love that. I love that. I love it. And that's the one thing gardening does do. It helps us to be patient. It helps us to appreciate what we have. It helps, and for me, it helps me to compare that to my journey. And I look at the garden and it's like, right, what lessons can I learn about myself and my garden and apply it to my life? Yeah. And to my journey. So that's my muse. Yeah, I'm just musing away. I'm gonna have another bit of my breakfast. This is my not kebab. This is oh, it's not kebab. It's what you call it? The fermented yogurt, the fermented one. I forget the name of it. Slightly sour, but really good with fruits. So back to what I bought. I bought a quarter line, but ended up buying two because I like things in pairs. And I've got a tall planter. Well, I'm undecided because I like things a little bit symmetrical in my garden. And I've got a tall planter that I bought from Aldi a couple of years ago, and I'm kind of thinking I might plant one of these in it. It's a rattan planter. It's quite tall, so I might put that in it. But then I'm kind of thinking I do like I've got a pot, and I had a tree, a flamingo tree, and I've had that tree now, goodness me, for about 15 years. And it's died. It's had its day. It's had its day, and it's died. So I'm thinking of pulling that out and uprooting it, and then planting one of these cordyline in its space, because as this grows, it's going to grow like this cordyline. I think that would be a lovely, lovely display. So yeah, so got those two cordylines. I'll pop them here so you can see them. There we go. Little cordylines. So that was in Asda, and then when I went to Asda, they didn't have any more of the petunias, and I was like, well, I need to get some more bedding plants. So I drove back to Aldi's, and this is what I got. I got a big bag. I ended up getting 10 of these. Not as good a deal 10 of these cost me £18.69 because they're £1.69 a pack. And then, so if I bought 3 of these, it works out at £5.67, whereas in Asda 3 was a fiver, so I was saving 67p by buying them in Asda. But because Asda didn't have them, I just went back and got them. And 67p doesn't sound a lot, but when you end up buying quite a few, it's, you know, ended up buying 10 packs. So 3, 6, 9, 1, 2, 3, 6, 12, 18. That's about £2, right? About £2. And I know, I'm frugal. Don't call me stingy. I'm frugal. And in my head, that £2 could have bought me an extra one of these. And that's how I see it. Yeah, I know. So anyway, they didn't have any in Asda, so I went back to Aldi and bought these. And these, I've got 3 types. These ones are lobelia. And lobelia, you've got these beautiful bushy leaves, and you do have 2 types of lobelia, and I don't know what type this is because some of them are just standard, but you also have trailing lobelias, and trailing ones, I hope these are trailing ones, they grow long and they're brilliant for baskets, absolutely beautiful. And this is blue. Now, in what I learned early on in my gardening career in the garden is when the gardening world calls something blue, it's purple. It's actually purple in color, so you can see it's purple, but it's called blue. Yeah, it took me ages to get my head around that. So I've got some lobelia. I've got 3 packs of lobelia. Then I also got some busy lizzies. Now these all need a really good drink and a good feed. Yeah, they need to be nourished. So what I like to do is, as I'm planting them up, I've got some plant food. I put that, mix that in the soil, and then I feed them, and then I also feed them fertilizer as well. But something I learned from back in the day, oh my goodness, I used to watch Richard Jackson on QVC. I learned loads from Richard Jackson. They've now got a new guy, Michael Perry, which is proper eye candy and is absolutely brilliant at what he does. But now I don't watch QVC so much because their YouTube is on demand as and when I want to watch it. So, but what I learned from Richard Jackson is when you have a plant like this and it's got these tiny little buds, best thing to do, most people, and what I used to do, is just take the plant and plant it. But Richard says no. He says what you should do is pinch out these little buds, pinch them out, okay? He says because what happens is when you feed the plant and you plant it, the plant has got to nourish the root system, it's got to nourish the leaves, okay? And then it's trying to nourish these tiny little buds, but the plant isn't strong enough to do that. So he says to always pinch out, not all of them, but just a couple of buds. And then what happens is the plant puts its energy into growing strong roots, a stronger plant, and then the stronger the plant is, the bigger the flowers are. Yeah, I know. I learned that from him, and I tried it. I do it every year since doing it, and he's absolutely right. Absolutely right. So these flowers, I'm just going to pinch them out. This is always pinch out any flowers, but also they're spent as well. You know, they're not looking great. So then now the plant isn't putting its energy in keeping these going. The plant is going to put its energy into growing a stronger plant. So you're going to get stronger root system, much stronger plant. Yeah, I know. I know. I tell you, things I learn off the TV. And then had to pick up my petunias. Now these are smaller than the petunias that I got from Asda. But yeah, I thought this will work. I just love petunias, but they are small. So I've got some plant food. I've got Richard Jackson plant food, which I swear by, yeah. And I also have tomato feed as well. So I'm going to plant these up, and then I'm going to give them a really, really good feed. So that's the 3 varieties that they had. But you can see here, I've got this great big bag. So I've managed to get 10 altogether, 10 plants. So yeah, I'm just going to eat this, because if I leave it here, Betsy's going to nab it. So what are you up to today? What are you up to? It's bank holiday Monday. I hope you've had a good weekend. I've been on Saturday, I was at the hospital with my grandbaby, and then on the afternoon I came back home with my 7-year-old. He's such a joy. He truly is such a joy, and he was helping me in the garden, which is wonderful. So as payment, I took him to McDonald's, and he could have whatever he wanted. So he had a Happy Meal, a chicken nugget Happy Meal, and a chicken mayo burger, and a banana milkshake. And I was like, anything you want, you can have, my darling. Oh, you've got rain in Hampshire, Ali. Oh, you're going to do some cooking and chill today. Oh, brilliant. And Sarah, I missed your message. It went off the screen, my darling. So I'm going to take you around the garden now. There's still areas that are not pretty, especially up the back there. So I'm just going to glance over it. I need to do some work up there. But like the lower part of the garden, yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'll show you around in a minute. So I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see it. I think that's going to be the best way. There we go. And I'm going to walk you around. So we'll start. No, let's start over here. Okay. So this is my camellia bush that I mentioned earlier. It's really well established now. I've had that, I think it was must be about 18-19 years that I've had that. And then here's my butter, and this is one of the pots that my grandson planted up. There's some petunias, and this here is let's just hold this. Yeah, here we go. This is a hydrangea. It's a hydrangea paniculata. So it has those conical shaped flowers. I love the vibrancy in the green, and if you notice the different shades of the greens, love that. And this is my butter. I've had this butter now for about 3 years. I bought it in B&M, and it was the only one stood there. It had some cracking. Well, it wasn't cracking, but as you can see, the paint had peeled off. And I said to them, how much are you selling this for? And they said, well, it's a return. And I says, no, that's okay. How much is it? And they said, well, we could sell it you half price, £25, but there's no returns. And I said, well, you know, I'm always cheeky. I says, if you do it for 20, I'll take it off your hands. And they said, okay. So I got it for 20 quid. So I'm really pleased. 20 quid reduced from 50. So she's got a little bit of damage, you can see here. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to gently, as you can see, she's just flaking. I'm going to gently just brush her off with a wire brush. And then I'm going to paint her. Yeah. But I really like my butter. And then this is a, I don't know what they call this, but it puts out these flowers and it looks like it's called a flaming something. That's what it's called, flaming something. But it's when it flowers, you get these bright red flowers and red leaves, and it looks like it's on fire. That's why it's called a flaming something or other. And then there we go, you can see down here, these are my peonies. I've got two types of peonies. These ones are pink, and behind it there's another one which is a red peony. And then I've got red, this is honeysuckle just here, and then this is my rose bush. And when it flowers, you might not be able to see it, but it's putting out some buds at the moment, but it puts out the most stunning pink flowers. Absolutely gorgeous. And then there's the ivy. Oh my goodness, I've got so much ivy in this garden. It is really intrusive, we're always having to cut it right back. So there's the pink peony, and just behind it, just here, is the red peony. I'm going to see if I can get a bit closer in a moment, because it's starting to put its buds out. And then this is me my dining set. This needs glass on top, but the glass is in the shed, so I'm going to have to wait until my son is around so we can carry it, because I don't want to do it because I'll probably drop it. And then it's got the stoppers to hold the glass secure. And then you got two little benches, so I can see about a good 6 people around here, which is lovely. And then this is my little garden rug, excuse the mess here. But yesterday I sort of pressure washed all the patio, so it's all nice and clean now. It's all nice and clean. So I'll just take you around and show you. Here we go, there's Benji. Hello Benj. Hello darling. And there we go, you could see the peony, the red peony. Now this red peony, it puts out the most gorgeous flowers, but the flowers don't last very long. It's interesting, when I moved into this house, it was here, so this has been here for a long time, but it's very low to the ground compared to this one, which is a lot taller. But yeah, it puts out these gorgeous red, oh beautiful flowers, but it doesn't last, maybe about a week, and then it dies back. Yeah, I think it's just the variety. So here we go, variety of plants. There's a rhododendron back there, and this here is a magnolia. It's just, oh, look, if I come around here you can see it's, oh, there's the very last flower, magnolia flower just here. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, again, this was the plant that I bought from, most of my plants I buy from Aldi or Lidl. And this magnolia tree, I think I had it for 2 years before it flowered. And again, what it was lacking was food. Yeah, which again reminds me of my weight loss journey. You know, it's not just giving it any old thing, it's putting the right things in our body. When we put the right type of food, then our bodies will do what it's supposed to do. Yeah, you can see here, there's a cordyline there that I mentioned, and there's another cordyline there. That's a hydrangea. Oh, thank you. Oh, hi Val. Hello, my lovely. Oh, yeah, that's I hope you're doing well. So that's a hydrangea. I've had that hydrangea probably for about 14, 15 years as well. Now, every year apart from 1 year, it's flowered and it puts out the biggest, most beautiful flowers. Yeah. So then this is my, let's come over here. This is my Japanese area. This is all my aces. And again, this big one I bought from Aldi. And when I feed it, water it, beautiful. I did have an acer, and I used to have it underneath the shed there, but it was too shady. It didn't like it. So once I started to put the oh, you're having a family day, Val. Oh, lovely, very nice. When I moved them here, because acers are very funny plants, they like partial sun. So if they're in full sun, this, like they're in full sun now, this is what happens. You can see the leaves start to curl and get crispy. But if they're in too much shade, they won't thrive. But last year they did well here, so I thought I'd put them back here. Now ones like this, it's actually two separate plants. So when Asda did have some acers yesterday or the other day, but I didn't buy any. I wish I did now. But sometimes I will buy them small for £3 or £4. Well, now they're about a fiver, and I will just plant them so that I group them together, and then that's when they look, you know, really nice. Like this red one, this is made up of three different plants. Got 1, 2, 3 different plants in there. So then when it grows, you get a really nice display. Yeah, I need to take this out. This is dead. So 3 together. This has got 2 together. And again, if I find one the same as this, then I will get another one in there. But this one at the back, I think this, no, that's actually 2 as well. Yeah. And this is a fern, and when it opens and in the height of the summer, it's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And this back here is a rhododendron. Yeah, it puts out this, again, Aldi, got that from Aldi. Beautiful flowers. What else have we got? Here's another cordyline, and you can see here that is putting out a new shoot. So next year that can be taken out. This needs to be taken out. This bit is dead, but that next year is going to be a new cordyline plant. Got some lavenders there. I can never remember the name of this plant. Is it an I can never remember the name of it, but this is bargain. So it puts out like these lily type flowers, and I saw it in Homebase, and they were selling them all for £10, and you never want to leave the garden. I do love my garden, I really do. Yeah, when I sit in it, it just feels full of life. You know when you sit in a space like a park or garden centre, and it just feels full of life. That's how my garden feels. Yeah, because I just think for me, a garden should be full of plants. Yeah. So this range was £15 each, and one of them was broken. The stem was broken and it looked scraggly, and they were selling it for £5, and I thought, you're coming home with me, mate, coming home. So I brought it home, potted it up, watered it, fed it, and I think this is the 4th year I've got this now, and each year it grows back bigger and stronger. But I forgot, no, it's not an azalea, forget the name of it, but it's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. This is a hydrangea. That's another paniculata. And last year it was really leggy. Oh my goodness, it must have been about 6 foot tall. And then it started putting flowers at the top of it. So what I've done this year is I've cut it right back, and you can see it's putting out shoots. It is blooming late, but it's going to be fine, and it's not going to be as leggy. Yeah. So let me show you in here. Oh, let me show you my this is my animals, my elephants, my little family. Yeah, with all the little babies, and the mummy, or could be the daddy, and then the matriarch at the back. But my grandson tells me that's not an elephant. He says it's a mammoth. So there we go. Nanny learnt something. So here we go. So here's some lavenders. I've got 2 types of lavenders. I think this is English lavender, and these 2 are French lavenders. And you can always tell the difference because the French lavenders have got like these little butterfly ears, but oh, it smells gorgeous. And funnily enough, the fragrance on them is very different. That smells very creamy, and this smells strong, very strong lavender. Yeah. And then here is my hostas that's coming up. These are the ones that I mentioned that I'd split in previous years. So there's absolutely, you can see here there's loads of different corns. So if I wanted to, I could split them. And this one's massive, so I imagine I could split them, but you have to know the time of year to split them, and it would be as they're dying down. You wouldn't do it now. As they're dying down at the end of the season, end of September, that's the best time to split them. So it looks a bit sparse here. These are from my fish tank, and I just threw the water out. I do need to clear that, but I leave it sparse because when these open up, all of this area is just covered with these beautiful hosta leaves, so I don't plant anything there. This is another hydrangea, but this is a chocolate leaf, so different variety. And again, it puts out huge, sometimes the flowers are as big as my hand, absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful hosta. I love the not hosta, hydrangea. I love the variation in the color of these. Yeah, so you get the mix, some really deep green and then this chocolate color. But when the hostas open up, you get that beautiful blend of color. I'll have to come back and show you at the height of the season. So you get this beautiful spread of the hostas against the chocolate leaves. It's lovely. And I've got a little hosta here, and you can already see that the slugs have had a go at it. Yeah, so I'm going to have to put something down. And then I can never remember the name of these, but I got these from my mother. Got these from my mum. And they puts out these long spiky leaves, and then they put out these shoots of long orange flowers on the spike, and they're stunning. And when you see them in the garden centre, you get maybe about 10, if that, 10 of these individual corns. Okay, for about £8. They're really expensive, but they do grow. So next year they're going to put out even more, so the corns will grow. So it's, you know, it's one of those plants that, in my opinion, you know, if you can find a good price one, it's good to invest, because they just grow and grow and grow. Each year you're going to end up with more and more and more. My mother had, oh my goodness, she had absolutely loads of those, loads. So I took a bunch. I've also got some over there as well. I'll show you when I go back. I've got some. So beautiful. Here's some more peonies, and you can see here it's full, and these are white peonies. Now these are bolters, because about 2 weeks ago I looked out and I just saw that they were coming. No, probably about a month ago I looked and I saw that they were coming up, and then 2 weeks ago I looked out and they were really tall, and then about 3 or 4 days ago I looked at and they've got these flower heads. I was like, goodness me. So yeah, really, really fast growers, but they put out their most gorgeous white flowers. Yeah, really. Peonies, well, peonies are just beautiful, aren't they? And then this is another camellia. No, oh, beautiful. Oh, the flowers off, just falling off. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, this was from Aldi. I think it was like £4.99, £5.99 a few years ago. I've had this now for about maybe about 4 years, 4 or 5 years. And again, it was slow in its growth, but now it produces really well. But we do have to, my gardener has to cut it back really hard, because as you can see, I've got all these flowers, plants either side of it. It would just literally, it would take over, like that one there. So yeah, so got more hostas, got a fern, it's beautiful fern. And I'll just show you, oh, these are my little elephants. These were from Home Bargains. No, B&M, these ones. Beautiful. Yeah, I bought one, it was £25, and then I went back a couple of weeks later and they were on this in sale for a tenner. So I thought, you're coming home with me, mate. Yeah, so I just think they're lovely. But here's more of these flowers I mentioned. But you can see this tree, the camellia, is blocking its light. So I'm going to have to at some point move them. Okay, so this is that part of the garden, and I'll just show you my back wall. So I've got some lavender here, and this is now this is a type of herb. Oh, here we go. Oregano, yeah. And then what I tend to do is pick them and just chop them up, pop them in the freezer. And then this one is mint, and this is mint as well. I think one's mint and one's peppermint. And this is the other pot of petunias that my grandson planted up. And these are blackberries. Now blackberries, you can grow them against the wall or against the fence, but I don't want them taken over, so I've kept them in the pot, kept it potted. And then I planted this trough yesterday with more petunias, and this one I need to plant that up. Yeah, I need to get the ladder because I'm only little, so my hand can just reach up here. Yeah, I need to get the ladder to get in there. And then this is a bay leaf, again from Aldi. You can see it's putting out these tender leaves, and these are just great to pick and then give it a good wash and put it in your cooking. And then this is my lemon tree that I mentioned, and look, when people come to the house they always ask me if these are real lemons. Yeah, these are real proper lemons. They're quite hard, but these are real proper lemons. And then I'll just show you another one. Here's another one, starter. I did pick one when it was green because I couldn't wait. and it was a lime. Yeah, it was a lime, and I used it. It was proper. It was proper. And it is last. I did see some more. Can't find it now. Oh yeah, here's another one. This is, I don't know if the camera can see that. There you go. There you go. That's gonna turn into another one. But I'm reckoning it's a good 2 years. Yeah, 18 months to 2 years. These 3 lemons, I reckon in the summer, maybe end of the summer, will be ripe enough to use. But this small one probably won't be until next year. So what I did this year was, they don't like cold temperatures, so I had it in the house from, I think it was September. I brought it in the house, and I only just brought it out last week. So yeah, it doesn't like, I did have one in previous years, and I left it out in the winter, and I went on holiday, and I came back and the frost had killed it. So yeah, I made sure I brought it in this year. I've also got a caldemon, an orange plant inside that needs to come out as well. And this is some more lavender, and this is some more troughs that I've planted. Now this is the plant that I mentioned to you that's pretty much dead. Well, it is dead. It is dead. So I need to take this up, and in this part is, I'm going to plant, I think, a cordyline, because as the cordyline grows, it's going to fans out. I can plant some bedding plants around the edge. Yeah. So that's the plan. Probably get that done today at some point. And then over here, just take you over here. Oh, I'm not going to take you up there because it's a bit of a mess. I'm going to get rid of that swing. I've had that since I've been in this house. So I'm going to get rid of all of that. But there's some plants up there. There's a buddleia, there's a flamingo tree, there's some hostas and ferns. And then there's lots of weeds. Just here, all those weeds. Yeah, and my water fountain, that needs fixing. And then when my gardener comes in, he does all the trees for me. That was a cherry tree. I used to put out the most amazing cherry blossom, but it's dead now. It's dead, so we've got to take that up, because the ivy, let me just show you here. The ivy here goes all the way up the back, and it starts to creep up the tree, and it started to creep up the tree, and it strangled the cherry tree. It's so invasive, this ivy. So yeah, so up here needs a lot of cleaning, so I'm not going to take you up here, but I just wanted to show you this. This is my succulents. There's another one, my succulents. And yeah, I just like them. I think they're really pretty, and they don't need much water. Maybe once or twice a year, it'll be fine. Oh yeah, Ali, you've got ivy. It's a proper nuisance. Yeah, I think a little bit looks good, but goodness me, proper invasive. And then this is a hibiscus. I do need to paint this shed. You can see that it needs a paint. Probably get the gardener to do that. I sound really posh when I say the gardener, but honestly, it's not. He comes and helps me, and he's a treasure, and he just does all the jobs that takes me forever, like painting, and he does the tree. Normally, I would have got him to do the pressure washing, but I haven't heard from him. I think he's just really busy, so I had to do it myself. Yeah, but that's the sort of thing I would have got him to do. Yeah, I would have got him to have just pressure washed the whole of the patio. So I've got to call him to do the painting, and then, but this is a hibiscus. I've had, goodness me, I've had this probably about the same, about 15 years. It's very leafy, very bushy. It puts out beautiful purple flowers, but more towards the end of the season, so like August, September. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's really well established. but I saved it because at one point it broke. The bark broke, so I had to tie it up because I was like, I don't want to lose my tree. So I tied it up, and it just repaired itself. You can see there, but you'll see it's leaned, it's bent. But I was like, I don't mind as long as it's okay. And then I had tulips, beautiful tulips in here, so I need to cut those tulips back. And they say well, my gardener tells me that with plants like this that are flowered, he said don't cut them back yet. He said let them start to die back, because the sun is hitting the leaves and it's doing what it needs to do, and then all of that goes down into the bulb and helps the bulb to be bigger and stronger for next year, and then it hibernates. Whereas this is, if you cut the leaves now, then there's nothing to transport all that goodness down into the bulb. It says, so you should let it die back naturally. And I thought, oh, okay. So, and to be fair, this year and last year, I had the biggest tulips known to man. So maybe he's right, yeah. I do have some lilies in here. You could see that they're coming up. So the idea is when these all die back, then the lilies will come up, yeah. And then again, this is my other Japanese area, and this is all my bamboo. I got these from B&Q. There's 3 different plants. There's one there, one here, and then the big one at the back. And they were all reduced to very little money. I think these are like, the big one I think is probably about 35 pounds, and I got it for like a tenner. And there's 2 smaller ones I think I got for like a £5 each. So yeah, honestly, I'm such a bargain hunter. Careful with lilies and cats. Yes, Val, yeah, you're absolutely spot on. You have to be careful with, because the pollen that they put out on the lilies can be poisonous to cats. Yeah, thank you for that reminder. So this is the bamboos. And I've got another hydrangea here. I went crazy with hydrangeas last year because they were just, and again, Aldi's do them at a good price. I've seen them in for £8.99, but all of these I think I got for like £4 in Home Bargain. No, I keep saying Home Bargains, in Home Base. Yeah, honestly, I'm such a bargain hunter when it comes to food or plants, or how I'm such a honestly. And it's like I said the other day, I won't spend a tenner if I can buy it for a £5, because that just means I've got a £5 to spend on something else. Yeah, so my hydrangea. And these are some more of those lovely flowers that I mentioned. So it puts out these gorgeous, got these lovely green leaves, and then it puts out these spikes with this orange flower on. The name is on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember it. Got another fern there with a little bit of ivy. And this was my, this is another camellia. It's a white camellia. And it was over here. Yeah, it was over here. So I had the red one here, and I had the white one here. But then I realised when it grows, it's just going to be too much, and it's going to take up the space. And there's Benji. Hey, Benji! Can you see him just there? So yeah, that's my camellia. And you don't want to see all of that. And you should have a section on how to manage money on a budget. Oh yeah, honestly, I'm such a bargain hunter. People used to say to me, how could you afford to do so many cruises and holidays? And that's why, because I am, honestly, if I can save, and you've seen me shopping hauls, guys, you've seen them. you know, where I just buy, you know, first thing I do is go to the reduce section, and then, and the other thing is because I'm creative, you know, it just means that I can put a meal together. So I do that with food, but I'll also do that with my plants, and I also like, even like my clothes. I've got quite a few clothes for work because, as I said, my wardrobe doesn't fit me because I've lost a lot of weight. And I don't want to spend the money and buy clothes yet, because it means that, you know, this time next year they're going to be too big for me. So what I'm doing is I'm shopping in charity shops. I bought a couple of tops a couple of weeks ago and they're too big for me, so they're going back to the charity shop. But they're only like £2, 2 or 3 quid, so I don't mind that. But yeah, I'm proper bargain hunter, that's me. Here we go. Another hydrangea. Different variety there. And then this is my flamingo tree. Yeah. And then this is oh, the name just escapes me. Yeah, name escapes me, but it puts out these beautiful red flowers. Beautiful red. Oh, I forgot the name of it now. Sorry, I just knocked the camera. And this is a big bay leaf tree. Again, it started off. Yeah, I get great bargains. Crocosmia, that's it. Crocosmia. Thank you. Yeah, Crocosmia. I can never remember the name of it for some reason, but that's what it is. Crocosmia. Yeah. Thank you for that. Bay leaf. Again, I've had that from Aldi many years ago, probably about 10 years. And look, it's huge. Look at the size of the leaves. Huge leaves. And then that's my little bee hotel, my insect hotel, that my daughter-in-law and my son bought me for my birthday. And then this is a beautiful, oh, you've got some aloe. Yeah, love that. This is a beautiful plant. I can't remember where I got this one from. I've had it for so long. But this is called a bleeding heart, because look at the leaves. On the edge of it is red and it's heart shaped, but it grows probably grows about a meter, and then it just gets really bushy. It's beautiful, beautiful. And then this is called tell you what it's called, because I've got it in here. It's called evergreen. It's an evergreen, and it's called a silver spear. Yeah. Now this I got in B&Q, and it was reduced to £4. And I'm sure there's 2 of them in there. Either that or I split it. I can't quite remember. But I've had it about 3 years now. And it's got these beautiful spike leaves, but it's got like a silver. There you can see it's like a silver hint to it. That's what it's called, silver spear. It's lovely. And then there's another mammoth over there. I did have another set of the little elephants, but I don't know where they've gone. And then this is like my lantern. I got that from B&M. Now, interestingly, these were £3.99 in B&M, and Aldi is selling one for £9.99. It's a copper colour, but it's pretty much the same. And that's why, you know, sometimes I saw a thing the other day that said that Aldi's was the cheapest place to do your shopping. And I'm like, I think it is for a lot of things, but you still have to shop around. And I knew that when I saw it in Aldi, I thought that's not cheap, because, you know, I've got about 4 of these around the garden, and these were £3.99, and I'm sure they still have them in there, but they're solar panelled, and when they light up, because of this patternation, it throws a beautiful pattern all around it. Lovely. I've got more. There's another hosta there, and hostas are great in the shade. So if you've got a shady spot like I've got here, they're great for that. They don't mind full sun, but they don't mind shade either. But you can see somebody's been having their dinner. Yeah, the slugs have been having it. Look at that one. Slugs have eaten it. So I need to get something down for these slugs. And then here's another beautiful hydrangea. Again, this beautiful chocolate colour. Again, that was another bargain. I think this was another £4 job. I think this was this one was B&Q. It wasn't as big as this, I must say. It was only small, but this is the second year I've had it. I did have in here a lavender, but it didn't do well. It died. So I took it out and I've planted some bulbs. I've planted gladiolus just there. You can see where I've written bulb. So I'll see what comes up. And this is my passion flower. Yeah. And I got my gardener to put these in, and on that level as well, and below, so it can trail. I can trail it across, which is what it's doing. Yeah. And then I don't know the name of this, but it's like like a bush. Yeah. And then look at this. This is a Sundance. This is huge. Now this is an old bath. When I moved into the house, it had the wrought iron bath, which is interestingly now back in fashion, and you pay a fortune for it. But I wanted it out. Well, first I got it resurfaced, and then I decided to take it out and have my bathroom fitted. So it was so heavy I couldn't get anybody to take it. It's honestly, it weighs a ton. So I thought, I don't know, I'll use it as planter, and that's what I've got. So this is my Sundance, and behind that is you could see a cypress. It's just one cypress. I didn't know where to put it. I did have it in the front, but it's in a pot. But I thought I'll put it there for now until I decide where to put it. Yeah. In fact, I might put it in that corner just over here. Yeah, might put it over there. So this is my Sundance, and there's a bit of a story to this whole area. So I have a cat. Here's Benji. Benji, say hello. No, I haven't it today. So I had a cat. Well, so I've got Bobby, and Bobby, I had Bobby and her brother Frankie, and somebody shot him. I know. Somebody shot Frankie and he died. So the vets asked me what I wanted to do with these ashes. I could either either take his body and bury him, or have him cremated and have his ashes. So I took his ashes, had him cremated and took his ashes, and I've planted his ashes in here. Yeah. It's been about 12, 13 years now. But yeah, this area is very special to me because my Frankie's in there. And then I planted the Sundance. Yeah, there's Benji. Hey Benji. Hello. Say hello. Say hello. Oh, isn't he gorgeous? Yeah, I know, it was awful. It was awful. Oh my goodness. I was just on the warpath. But the police said that they couldn't do anything because it's a cat. If it was a dog, it would have been very different, but they couldn't do anything because it was a cat. I know, shocking. So this is my special area, my little Frankie with the Sundance. But this Sundance, as you can see, and again, I bought this Sundance from Homebase. I think it was like £7, but this is going way back now. It's probably, oh goodness, I bought it before Frankie died. So it must be about 15, 16 years. And then when Frankie died, all of this was set up. So I planted his ashes in there. And then here's some ivy. Oh, thank you. He is gorgeous. You should see Betsy. I don't know where Betsy is. Betsy's beautiful. She's a white Bengal. She's snow lynx. Snow leopard. A snow white lynx. Yeah, Bengal. She's gorgeous. I took her to the vets the other day to have a booster injection, and I said, can she go outside now? He goes, yeah, but only for 10 days. He said, but to be honest, he said, she's such a beautiful cat. Don't recommend her going out. And I says, why? He says, well, somebody might take her. I says, no, I'm not worried about that. The amount that she eats and the amount that she poos, nobody's going to want to deal with that. But she's gorgeous. So there we go. That's a little story there. And that's my samurai statue. That was from Home Base quite a few years ago. I've had that now. And then this one, oh, salvia. That's what this is called. It's just come to me. Salvia. This is a salvia. So it puts out these beautiful purple flowers. Yeah. And then this one is called it's the flowers are called pink hot lips, red lips, something like that. So it grows, it puts out these big spikes, and then it puts out these beautiful red flowers on the end of it. Yeah. And then this is my other area, my other seating area. So the rug is the same rug as over there, and I got the rug from Home Bargains. I keep saying Home Bargains, B&Q, for about 3 years ago. Yeah, you got some lips. Yeah, they're beautiful flowers. So yeah, that's my little rug from B&Q. I've had that this is the 3rd year now. I'm really surprised. It's really hardy. It's lasted, and I thought they would have fallen apart, but no, not at all. Yeah, it needs a sweep off now, because when I set it down, I did sort of was cleaning around here, so it's got a bit mucky. So, and then this is my little bistro set from the Argos clearance centre. So really pleased with that. Got it, is it last summer or the summer before? Can't quite remember. But I do like sometimes, like in the mornings, I like to just sit here and have my coffee here. Or in the evenings, and even not when it's raining. So what happened was, this is my shed, just a regular bog standard shed, painted it black, and then my gardener, he's an incredible handyman, and he put this roof on for me. Yeah, built this roof. How good is that? So when it's warm and we get like a spot of rain, a drizzle, I can still sit out because I'm protected under the roof. How good is that? He's going to do some work for me inside the shed, and I'm going to get some electricity into the shed and use it as maybe as a gym or a work area. But yeah, that's what we're planning on doing this year. So I've got this little area, my little candle, and my little bugs from B&M last year. And then I've got my little, this is from Poundland, our best friend, we will always miss you. Let me pick it up so you can see it. This is my little cat. Yeah, this is in my little Frankie area. And then this I got from Home Bargains. This was, it's like these were like really in fashion last year, like this fretwork. I do have two on the front of the house in that area, and then I bought this one, it was slightly bent, and I meant to take it back. I just never got around to it, and I thought, it's all right here, looks nice here. So yeah, and then This is, I'll tell you what it is. This is a canna. That's it, a canna. And I saw it in the shop in B&Q. Oh my days, it was stunning, stunning. Really big, really tall, beautiful coloured leaves, and it was gorgeous. And everybody came to the house that summer and they were like, oh my goodness, what plant is that? It's beautiful. And then it died back, and it's never been the same. Never been the same. It's never grown back to what it was. I'm just lucky that it's growing. I need to give it a really good feed. Need to feed it well this year, see what happens. I need to get on Google, on YouTube, and see how to look after a canna, because cannas are beautiful. They're like of the lily family. So yeah, guys, so that is it. That is my garden. There we go. That is my garden. It's my little sanctuary. What I do want to do this year is I want to get, my gardener's going to have to do it for me, because it's a handyman as well, and he's an electrician by trade. But a gazebo just over this area, over the seating area. What a gazebo. But I've seen like the metal ones, like a permanent structure. I want one of those, because one, it's if it rains, and the gazebo with the retractable roof, yeah, that's what I want. So if it rains, I'm still protected, but I can pull the roof back so that I can still enjoy the sun. So that's what I want in my garden. So there you go, that's my little garden. It is, it's my sanctuary. And you could probably hear, as I've been talking, you could hear the birds. This up here, that I'm going to get rid of that. Share your gardener's contact details. It's always good to, yeah, he is really good. He's really busy as well, so you know, I've sent him 2 messages this year to say I need you, and he hasn't replied, because he's an electrician by trade, so he does his main job, and then the gardening he does as a hobby on the side. But he is in such demand, and I came across him because he was doing all my neighbours' gardens, and I was like, the one day I looked out of the window and he was doing my neighbours. I was like, right, that's it, I need you over here. And that was it. I've used him ever since. He's brilliant. He really, really is brilliant. That's my apple tree. It's put out these white apple blossoms, and then yeah. And what it does, let me show you this. So this is the fern, and the leaves are all the way down to the bottom, and it's stuck out like here. So the one year I thought, do you know what? Let's just cut it right back, give it some shape. And then as we cut it back, you could see all of the structure in the bark, and I absolutely love it. From the house, it just looks like it's been designed that way. And somebody said this looks like, well, the not the garden, but like the structure on these looks like something out of Chelsea, like it's been designed and put there. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. I love the irregular shape of it. So what we do now, we cut it so that all of this bit keeps exposed, and he just shapes the trees. Yeah, just shapes it. So there's still loads to do, like there's some weeding to do. And up here, this up here is usually, I'll just leave it for my gardener, to be honest, and he deals with all the weeds, you know, and that's all artificial grass up there, by the way. Yeah, he deals with all the weeds and the ivy, and but what I'd love to do is I'd love to, this is the silver birch and this is the cherry, and what I'd love to do is just clear all of that space there, flatten it, build up some steps and build a home office up there. That's what I'd love, or an outdoor building or a summer house. That's what I'd love up here. But back here you can't really see it, but back there it starts off quite narrow at this end and then it goes all the way around to the end, right to that far corner, and it's proper deep. It is deep. It's as deep as maybe the whole patio. Yeah, not in all the places, but in some places it's as deep as that. Really, the garden is on 3 levels. Back there, this level, and then down here. So yeah, there we go, guys. So there's loads to do, like all around here. I leave that for my gardener to clean all of that up, and the ivy. And then I want all of this taken down. I've had that swing now for about 19 years now. So that needs to be taken down, taken to the tip. But I've got a little table there, a little bistro table, and I've got 2 little chairs in the shed, and I'm gonna create a little bistro area up there because it's not somewhere I go often, but it is nice to sit up there as well because this is a very shady area up here. So when down here gets full sun and it's hot and I want shade, then I do like to just sit up there or to sit around here or sit around here. So I've got a few different spaces, but when I get the electricity in the shed, it just means that I could work out here as well. Mind you, I do have an electricity point back here too. I have an electricity point. So, but that was set up to put my external, you know, my lights. Yeah. And then we installed the lights, but then they weren't waterproof. They were sold as waterproof, but they weren't because they were gathering water, so I sent them back. So I need to source some ones that are going to be good quality waterproof and then get them installed. And then at night, when it's all lit up, it's just lovely, lovely, relaxing place. There we go, guys. That is the garden. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to sign off for a bit because I'm sure the cats have had a go at me fruits, and I'm going to make me another cup of tea, and then I'm going to get ready, and then I will cook lunch, and I'm going to make a melt in the middle burger. Yeah, so if you want to watch me do a burger and make lunch, then you're welcome. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this haul and this garden tour. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you a little bit later, probably about in the next hour. Yeah. All right, my lovelies, take care. Bye.